We're back. Welcome to another episode of Creation Conversation presents DC's Multiverse. It's episode 9. We're a companion show. Yeah, 9. Companion show to Super Flash Arrow of Tomorrow, which is probably what brought you here. Where we'll be discussing different incarnations of DC properties. I am your host, Mara the Watkins, and I am joined once again by my co-host, Lord Cussalott, Travis Pointer, aka Dragon King, Big T, T Money, Sweet T, Black Merlin, HNIC, aka an all between.
How you doing?
How are you today? I'm good.
I'm spectacular. Suspicions confirmed. Captain Morgan, Spice Rum Apple, fantastic.
Oh yeah, I mean, I like whiskey with apple juice or bourbon with apple juice. So
Really? See, I don't normally like mixing my alcohol with apple juice.
it's a bit like I find it just for like brown liquors that works. Like I wouldn't do it with tequila or like vodka or certain rums.
I don't know. As someone who loves apple juice more than he loves most people, I can say I've tried it all and it just doesn't really hit for me. But apple flavored alcohols hit very well for me. So
I do mines with like I'll put cinnamon sugar on top, like garnish it on top. It's a nice little, it's like having a hot toddy.
I've gotten to the point where now, like, I love apple juice so much that I have now purchased a juicer and I only make apple juice with it, with fresh apples. It has made no other juice before. It has only made apple juice.
Anything that goes through it now will be mangled. It's only set for apple.
Yeah, it's set for apples and don't change my settings.
Touche.
But that's enough about apple juice, I guess.
Yeah, we're here to discuss Justice League War is what we're doing this week.
Yeah, that's it. That's the one.
Yep. It's the, which one is it? It's the 18th film in the DC Universe animated original films and the second film in the DC animated universe.
Oh, really?
Came out.
What was the first?
Let's see. The first one was, well, now I feel like this is lying to me. Oh, wait. No. I don't know.
Okay, I was just curious.
Yeah. I just happened to look over and I just saw that and I was like, oh, okay. Came out in 2014.
I'll see if I can find out.
Thank you. So like it's the second film in the DC animated universe, as opposed to the DC Universe animated original movies. Yeah, so, and we have some repeat voice actors for it, like Alan Tudyk as Superman Clark Kent, Jason O'Mara as Batman Bruce Wayne, Shamar Moore as Cyborg Victor Stone, Michelle Monaghan, yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm saying that right, as Wonder Woman Diana Prince, Justin Kirk as Green Lantern Hal Jordan, Sean Astin as Shazam, but Zach Callison as Billy Batson, and Steve Blum as Darkseid.
Yeah, not my Batman.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know. I know Kevin Conroy can't do all of them, but he's still the best Batman voice.
But so, yeah, let's get into it. It was a pretty solid movie. It was pretty almost like watching Justice League, but like without the Batman versus Superman happening.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you just ignore that altogether, essentially Zack Snyder's Justice League. in
It
an hour and 30 minutes.
Yeah. It was Justice League, but done better and animated. Like it's what it is. You know, them coming together right now over me.
And with Shazam.
Yeah, and Shazam was there. You know, they gave Cyborg something significant to do instead of cutting him out of the movie. Fucking Joss Whedon.
Well, yeah, I'm not even acknowledging Joss Whedon's Justice League. That's why I said Zack Snyder's Justice League. I don't, now that Zack Snyder's is out, I don't even acknowledge that the first Justice League exists anymore.
I feel you.
Because so much story. But anywho, let's get into it. The movie starts pretty sudden. You know, we cut into footage.
Flashpoint Paradox was the first one.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Okay. There we go. We see footage of what people are assuming to be Batman abducting people throughout Gotham City. And we cut into Green Lantern trying to catch up to the creature or person.
As soon as you get a look at the cape, though, you realize it's not Batman. So
yeah, he's just like, this isn't your run-of-the-mill, just like super mecha Batman. This is honestly just creature in some
really weird torn up cloak thing on. Yeah.
And it was like, and then you kind of start to get a sense of like where they are in their, I guess, their hero-dom.
Yeah. It all seems pretty early.
Yeah, because I kind of chuckled how many times people were like, the Batman's real?
Yeah. Yeah, at this point, he's still just an urban legend kind of thing.
But so Green Lantern catches up to him, and you know, they get spotted by Gotham PD.
Yeah, because Green Lantern's being a pain in the ass, and like Batman's like, we need to get out of here before they see us. Like, before who sees us? And then
he was like, turn the light out, and Green Lantern's like, who?
Like what? This light that I'm shining right now. That I
this one?
Yeah. Hal.
But
I used to know a guy named Hal. I used to work with when I worked at Universal Studios. He sucked too.
Oh, I'm sorry. So once they get away from the police, they're in the sewers, and Green Lantern's going on that he can't believe that Batman's he's just kind of realizing that Batman's a man in a suit.
Yeah. Like, are you really just a guy in a bat suit? Like, can you fly? You don't suck blood? You don't do any of that shit? Oh,
he's like just a dude with money.
Yeah, he just a dude. He don't even know about the money though. That's the thing. To him, he's just the dude that put on a bat suit at this point. He doesn't even know he's rich or anything that we know. Like, he just looks at him and just like, so you're just a dude with a bat suit on. And you have Batman just like, yeah, pretty dope, right? Like, I've convinced the world to be
scared of me.
Be utterly terrified of me. And I'm just a dude in a bat suit.
I lost track of my notes. Oh, they follow like a mother box into the sewers as well, that the parademon sets off and goes for Darkseid, and you know, boom.
Yeah, at this point, like, well, he didn't blow up the mother box, he blew himself up trying to protect the mother box. And he's just like, everybody, like, yo, what the fuck is a Darkseid? Like, he just, who
is that?
Yeah, they have no idea what's going on here.
The Thanos of their universe.
I still maintain like Darkseid will whoop Thanos' ass like thoroughly, but you know, that's a whole nother thing.
Yes. So they decide to go, Batman tells Green Lantern about how he knows about this other alien in another city called Superman. And he was like, oh, you know, and Green Lantern thought maybe he knew him. He's like, nope, I've just been observing from afar.
Yeah, I've heard of him. I know who he is and all that kind of stuff. I'm prepared for him. At least I think I am.
I've researched him.
Yeah, well, he's not quite prepared yet, but he's like, I'm figuring him out right now. It's only a matter of time.
Meanwhile, we get Flash talking to Dr. Silas Stone about a mother box that he gave him. And they're just talking nerd shit about it.
In Central City, which still bugs the fuck out of me that on Flash we have yet to meet Cyborg, but because that shit all takes place in Central City as well. And we could 100% have a Cyborg spinoff happen if they really wanted to, but they won't, so it's fine.
No, it's too late in the game now.
Yeah. It's over. It's done with.
So then we cut to this kid sneaking into a football game that Victor Stone will obviously be playing in. It's a nice day today, so people are out. That's life in New York City for you. You can still hear them?
Slightly, like they going in and out.
Oh, okay. So the kid sneaks into a football game. They cut to Washington, D.C., where Wonder Woman is preparing to meet the president, but she's being protested by people, and it's because she scares them, and apparently because she dresses like a whore. But
come to find out, the dude actually dresses like Wonder Woman in his spare time.
Yeah, like he cross dresses, and it makes him feel powerful. And she was like, "I get it. My suit makes me feel powerful too."
Yeah, my whole thing is these folks out here. Same thing I was saying, while watching Superman and Lois. Like, are y'all fucking insane? Like, why are you afraid of this woman? Oh, because she has phenomenal powers and could crush you with her fucking pinky. Why are you fucking with her?
Like holding her up in doll form,
hanging from a noose.
Yeah, like
tell me, this is why I couldn't have those powers, because somebody was gonna catch hands. Somebody.
Well, I feel like she feels embarrassing that one dude was enough.
See, I wouldn't be satisfied there, because it's still a whole crowd full of people out there that were not embarrassed, and they are not sufficiently afraid of me, apparently. So, yeah, I need to walk up to one of them and do this.
Pluck.
Yeah. Flick them on the forehead and cave their fucking skull in.
Oh my God.
Just so they remember how fucking powerful I am and leave me the fuck alone.
But then they would just fear you more.
Good. Because they clearly, if they're going to fear me, they need to fear me sufficiently to where they don't bother me. Because right now they're just afraid to the point where they think they make enough noise, they can do something about me. I need them to be so afraid that they don't think they can do anything about it. And therefore, they leave me alone. Nobody's protesting Batman because they're utterly terrified of that dude. So, yeah. I need that level of fear. And the way you get that as Wonder Woman is you cave somebody's skull in with a flick of your finger. You let them swing on you first, by the way. You don't just do it.
Oh, yeah, because then it's justified.
Yeah. But you walk up to them and let them just like, why do you have a problem? Like,
did Mike Tyson swing first?
Well, that dude was all steady poking at him and shit too. Like he touched Tyson.
I mean, I knew he was poking the bear. I just wanted to be like, did he touch first?
Yeah, he touched Tyson first. I'm pretty sure. Like, if I remember in the video correctly, he touched Tyson first.
Okay, I didn't see the video. I just knew Mike Tyson apparently had beat some dude up.
Oh yeah, he put the paws on somebody on a plane because they was on some stupid shit, and they ought to know better. Probably some Gen Z kid that didn't actually see Tyson fight, so they don't know.
Probably a millennial. I don't think it was Gen Z. Because it would be like, why are you beating up a kid? Mm-hmm. I feel like Gen Z are still kind of children. Not like, but like teenagers.
No, they're beyond 18 now. They are grown motherfuckers. You can whoop their ass.
I don't know. My brother's a Gen Zer, so it's just like.
I know it's hard for you to accept that you're getting older, but you are. So yeah.
No, I'm just saying, like, my brother's a teenager, so that's why I was just like, I don't know, but I know he's in Gen Z. That's why I was like, I feel like they're teenagers.
Yeah, but my nephew is also Gen Z, and he's married with a kid on the way. So
okay. That's why I was like, I don't know what age millennials stopped at. Like
very
what
soon
age
after you.
I feel like it's like, I still feel like it's closer to you. No, that's the oldest. I'm thinking of the youngest. I don't know. Don't care. Where were we?
Protesting Wonder Woman. She makes a dude like talk about embarrassing himself and cross-dressing as Wonder Woman.
Right. Victor runs into the kid, who I'll just say we eventually figure out it's Billy Batson. It took me a few to kind of put that together. So
the red hoodie didn't give it away.
No. I thought about it, but I didn't really consider it because I didn't look at anything for the movie before I started it. I just hit play. So I was just like, I didn't realize Shazam was in it until he went into his room and the boy with the crutches and the little girl. I was like, oh, it's this kid. And then he was outside. He was like, Shazam. And I was like, oh, okay, Shazam is in this one.
This is one of those things where, once again, just like I've seen it already, so I don't even remember what it was like the first time I saw it. So,
Well, for me, it's always a first time watch for the most part.
I know, which is fun.
But yeah, so he runs into the kid and security's looking for him, and then they're talking for a little bit, and the kid steals his jersey when he's not looking. So I was just like, what a fucking kid.
Yeah.
So then they see that Batman is tracking Superman, and Green Lantern, decides to yeet him out of the plan by trapping him in a box.
Some kind thing. Some little box thing he makes, and it doesn't go well for him. He goes like, I'll handle this. You'll just get in the way, and thoroughly gets his ass whooped. Because it's Superman.
So. Exactly. So like then
green ain't kryptonite, so you ain't ready.
And Superman, thinks that Batman and Green Lantern are with the parademons until I guess they realize they're all on the same team. Now they're all fighting the parademons. Then we click over to where the fuck is Darkseid? Wherever he's from.
Apocalypse.
Thank you. And he's starting to enact his plan, which is like, we're gonna take over this planet. And so while this is going on, Victor chooses to go confront his dad about not coming to the game because, that's what he kind of took from talking to Billy.
Because Billy was sitting in his seat.
Yeah, he was. And he was just like, didn't seem like your dad was using it, but either way, so he goes to confront his dad, and his dad's pretty much like, I don't give a fuck about football.
Yeah, like you not know, we got the Flash out here, we got Superman, we got all these, like what you do on a football field is now irrelevant. It is no longer impressive.
It's just like, it's like the equivalent of when your small kid like comes up to you and says, look what I can do, and they just do like a quick jump spin.
Yeah. Thing that anybody with 2 feet can pretty much do, but they don't know that yet.
Exactly. But it's okay because they're learning.
That's the thing. You indulge them because they're your kid, as opposed to good old Dr. Silas here, who did not.
Right. He was just like, science is everything. So while this is going on, Darkseid is doing something with the mother boxes trying to come through. And Victor is like, fuck this shit, and rips it out of the machine.
Yeah.
And makes all the room go boom.
Yeah. Just so everything goes bad.
Everything goes boom. Goes boomity boom boom. He was a child and he had a temper tantrum.
Basically.
So they try to help it. Dr. Stone and the rest of his associates, they're like, we got to get to the red room. And the only thing I could think was the red room of pain.
What?
Red room of pain.
What's the red room of pain?
It's a 50 Shades reference.
Oh, okay.
But well, I mean, essentially, yeah, because I mean, he died on the table.
It was very painful.
Yeah, like he died on the table. So, and then, God, I keep losing myself in these notes.
All the mother box technology in him just kind of like wakes up and starts absorbing all the tech and everything to kind of put them back together.
He was like, I'll take over this, doctor.
Like, yeah, you, Mr. Silas, are not doing the job that needs to be done. So I will do it because it's what I do.
And thus a cyborg was born.
Yeah. All huge and bulky at first until it kind of like, slims down after getting his ass whooped by a parademon. But yeah, he like slowly starts to like,
find his way.
Yeah.
So now the kids sneak. So Billy Batson gets into his house and boom, we realize he's Shazam. The aliens go after the president and Wonder Woman protects them while introducing herself while still killing the parademons.
Yeah, because for some reason she still hadn't met the president. She'd been waiting forever. And like, yo, what the fuck? And decided, you know what, fuck this. I'm gonna go have ice cream with Hannah. So, fuck this. And what's Soldier Boy's name? The blonde dude.
I didn't remember.
Dude. Yeah.
Isn't it?
It's the same as the movie.
It's not Jim. Is it Jimmy? No,
that's Superman. I don't remember. Steve. Yeah.
We get a couple shots of him as well. Because he was not fucking with it
at all. And he gets his feelings hurt at the end too, but we'll talk about that later. Go
ahead. So Victor realizes what has happened to him. He's starting to be like, what the fuck? I don't like this. I didn't ask for this. And Dr. Silas is like, but at least you're alive. And he's like, I'd rather be dead.
And me watching this is just like, yeah, you did when you started fucking with stuff. You ain't know what it was. But, it's what happens.
And then so his brain, being a supercomputer now, learns about Darkseid and his parademons and the process and how they take over planets and they harvest the biological materials and all that stuff.
Yeah, and become better as a result. They're the Borg. Like if you watch Star Trek, they are the Borg.
And then they create different parademons. And then so Shazam meets Cyborg, Flash meets Batman, realizes that Batman's not an urban legend. Cyborg and Shazam show up, and Diana instantly thinks that Cyborg is a threat because he's all suited up like the parademons. And
at this point, his face is pretty much covered too, so it does not help his case at all.
Right, and so his defense system activates and blasts the shit out of her.
The fuck out of her.
And Superman was just like, oh no, not the bitch I just met.
That I'm clearly trying to clack them cheeks on. Like,
and Flash quickly goes, oh wait, no. He's cool. He cool people. He's on the same side. And so he tells them all about Darkseid terraforming the planet and harvesting people. And
so before we move further, now that Flash has met all of them, how much does Flash remember? Because, this takes place after Flashpoint Paradox. Does he start to forget shit, or does he remember everything from before he ran back in time and also after he ran back in time the first time? Like, does he remember Flashpoint?
I don't think so. I don't think he spoke about it.
Well, he doesn't. Even if he didn't speak about it, does he remember? Because you got to remember, at the very end, after Apocalypse, he runs back to fix everything. So he remembers some shit, but it's like, what does he remember? Does he like start to remember again at that point after Apocalypse, or does he,
It's a good question.
Yeah, because like at that point, like that means like you should know who Batman is. You shouldn't be surprised that Batman is real because you already knew Batman before. You know what I'm talking? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. Are they canon to each other though?
I'm not sure what you're asking.
Like, are they is one following the other, or is this one was the beginning of a story arc.
But the first movie in this universe was
It's not,
Flashpoint.
no, it's not saying, I don't think it's saying they're in the same universe. It's just saying that, like, that's what I was saying. It's weird how they classify them. It's just called an animated movie universe.
Right. They're in the
But I
same
don't,
universe. Because that's why in the end of Apocalypse, he thinks back to Flashpoint and realizes that what he did with Flashpoint is the reason why everything has gone so wrong. He has to go back and fix it again.
okay. The continuity established by crossing over common plot and elements, settings, cast, and characters was introduced in the Flashpoint Paradox.
Mm-hmm.
Sequels to the Paradox, Son of Batman and Justice League Dark coexist with this continuity. So I don't think it's continuous from Flashpoint Paradox.
You literally just read that and said that.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. But it doesn't say anything about Justice League War. It's not saying the continuity goes on to that one. It's saying the sequels is Son of Batman and Justice League Dark to coexist with that continuity. But it doesn't say
Where's it say that at?
On the thing that I'm reading, where I'm getting all the shit from.
And I don't know where you're getting it all from, Mara. That's why I'm asking.
I Wikipedia everything. Flashpoint Paradox. Yes, it's setting up the DC animated new universe. I think the story arc is something different from that, though. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, story arcs existed within the same universe, though. Like just like Flash has story arcs and everything, but it's still in the CW universe.
But that's what I'm saying. The fact that he doesn't know who any of them are beforehand make me feel like this is not continuing as if Paradox happened right before this.
It makes me feel like they just fucked up. That's my point.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like their fuck up is that. So that's all. I'm not saying that it's not a fuck up, but what I'm saying is I don't think it's at this point now, we can't take it as it's going off of Paradox.
No, I'm saying I think we can. I just think that was a mistake by the writers on that particular line. That's all.
But why would we? Because that's just going to create more questions for us that they're not going to answer.
Because they literally said it was in that universe. So that's why I'm asking. That's all.
I don't think it's doing it as like they're one whole. You keep making me repeat myself. I'm saying I don't think they're part of the same, like a multiverse kind of thing. Like they're not happening in the same place and time.
Okay, but they don't mention the death of Superman, return of Superman, and all that in that line either. But Justice League Dark only exists because of those two movies that came before it. So like they don't mention all those movies. That doesn't mean they're not part of that same line.
Timeline. Oh shit. I'm not connecting them because I feel like that just creates more continuity issues that don't make sense. This movie by itself, to me, makes sense until you start adding in, how does Barry not know who they are? Because what follows this, the Aquaman movie, which we haven't.
Yeah, Throne of Atlantis, and then after that one, I think is Justice League versus Teen Titans. And then after that one is fuck, I don't remember.
Why the
Teen
fuck
Titans
is
movie.
the animation look different in this one? But anywho, let's continue. Because instead of creating more questions, I want to move on. Where were we?
Flash says, so Batman's real. That's how this whole thing.
Oh yeah, Darkseid shows up. And his Omega beams can go all over the place. Flash beats the lasers, but Superman does not, and he gets taken. Green Lantern wants to go for him, but Batman says, "Nigga, you have a broken arm. You can't do shit right now."
Yeah, so you put on your little green ring cast and you stay the fuck back.
And then Batman's like, "I'm gonna go," and then reveals himself to Green Lantern, telling his story, and we all know the story. So he disguises himself and he lets himself get taken by the parademons, which then goes to show you how dumb the parademons are. Because I'm just like, you don't think that's weird? Someone just willingly volunteered as tribute. Like he summoned him, like he whistled. But anywho, Flash watches as Darkseid is just lasering away in the city while they create a team. While the team creates a plan led by Green Lantern, while Diana's like, "Let's blind this motherfucker."
Basically, like, yeah, he shoots from his eyes. Let's take out his eyes. Sound logic.
You know? And Cyborg is like, "I'm going to make the demons go back to where they belong."
Which takes him a while, but eventually he does.
You know, so Cyborg and Shazam are flying around and he's like, "How do you know who I am?"
Like, nigga, we all know who you are.
It's like we kind of, I was kind of trying to figure out, like, based off of like the 1/3 of his face that you can see, or 2/3 of his face, I guess.
Yeah. I mean,
that's a good portion. Yeah.
Exactly. If I just saw half of Odell Beckham Jr.'s face, I know who he is.
Really? Oh.
Yeah.
I'd have to see his hair. So yeah, Victor is clearly still angry about his current condition. In the lab, Superman is being spliced and shit by Desad, who is
one of Darkseid's cronies. Yeah, it don't matter. He's not long for this world. So
right, and the shit looks painful. And then so when it's time to go after Darkseid, Shazam, being a child, rushes the plan and gets told about himself by Diana when he fucks up. Diana says, "You are a warrior, not a child." And I was like, if only you knew, Diana, if only you knew. Meanwhile, I said, Batman better hurry up and help Superman because this process seems to be processing.
Basically.
And the scientist tells Batman that he's not going to stop the process because he can't. Once it starts, you're done. They're fighting Darkseid, and Diana finally stabs in one eye. And I was just like, damn, this got really grotesque really fast. And then Batman manages to stop the machine process, and Superman kills Desad, which we figured.
Crushes that shit. That is not all, though, because Superman has woken up and chosen violence.
Right, because I was just like, damn, now would be a great time for Batman to reveal that he actually knows Superman's weakness and uses it.
Yeah.
But instead, he uses a pep talk. So they manage the team fighting Darkseid, bring down a building, and Flash takes a crowbar from some humans fighting something and gets Darkseid in the other eye.
Yeah, after one of them got the first one. Also, just watching this whole fight, it was like you realize, like, yo, y'all are even before, like, I'm going way back to when it was before Darkseid even showed up. Like Superman, Batman, Green Lantern, the three of them, just all the destruction. Like, this is exactly what they were talking about when they were like yelling at the White House and shit. Y'all just tearing up everything. Imagine just being in your building, in your office building, and these three motherfuckers just come plowing through your office window, and all three of them claim to be good guys.
And you're the one responsible for the insurance bill.
Yeah. So funny to me. It's just like, that sucks.
Make it make sense.
Oh man, it's so funny to me. Because at the end, it's just still like, you can't do shit about it.
And I'd be like, do the heroes have money to like pay them back to like reimburse them for this shit?
I mean, Batman do, but I don't know about the rest of them.
Do you think Batman reimburses people for stuff?
He might be. Like, Wayne Enterprises might have a whole fund for, like, that kind of shit, and just kind of like write it off as like a philanthropy thing,
You're right. It's like, it's charity for those who were affected in this scenario that may or may not have been caused by me.
Exactly.
Cyborg sends the parademons back to the mother sends the parademons back by connecting to the mother box and creating a boom tube, which sounds funnier than it should be. Darkseid fights really hard to go back through the portal. Like, I'd be like, for a nigga who got blinded in both eyes physically, like, you are very perseverant. Like, I'll give you that.
Fuck. Like you said, nigga, I'm Darkseid. You can't stop me. Like, the fuck you think you are? Like, I feel like that's really what his mindset was. Like, these motherfuckers.
They don't know who I am.
Exactly.
And then so Batman and Superman show up, and because I guess the pep talk worked.
Yeah, somehow he's just okay now. And it's just, we never see him get control back. We just assume he got control back at some point.
Yep. Essentially. Cyborg tries to close the portals and then realize he does.
Real flaw I have with this movie. The Flashpoint stuff was me just fucking around. But this is really just like what happened. He was literally trying to kill you a few minutes ago.
5 seconds ago.
Like, how do we just not gonna talk about what happened and why he's no longer trying to kill you? Okay.
Shazam has to power up Cyborg because he realized he didn't have enough juice to close the portals. It works and they fall out of the sky. And Cyborg catches him, realizing that Shazam is the kid who stole his jersey.
And let him keep it.
Yeah, and Billy's like, please don't. Well, I mean, he's not going to use it anymore.
Oh, I know. Principle, though. I'm like, yeah, you don't want me to tell nobody? Give me my jersey back.
You're right.
Even if I don't actually take it, I need to say it. Like, give me my jersey back. And then afterwards, I'll give it back to him, like, here.
I'm going to fuck with this kid.
Exactly. Don't steal from me.
And so he tells him, just don't tell anyone. He's like, it's not their business. Also, because he doesn't want to see him like a child in front of Diana, I could only assume.
Basically, I think that's what it is. He's got a crush on Diana, and he doesn't want her to know he's a child.
So they recover the human victims through another portal. And just when they think the people are going to turn into a mob again, they realize that they're cheering for them.
Like, oh.
And then we see.
You're no longer afraid of us, huh? Okay. All we had to do was save all your lives from impending apocalypse,
They were like, oh, we see the worth. So then the president is now honoring them, the whole team, and we see Steve, Jimmy, and Lois. The whole group of them are debating silently if they need about being a team or even being fucking friends. And then the president asks if they have a name, and Shazam goes, Super 7. And they're all just like,
shut the fuck up.
And then we get to the credits, and mid-credit scene is that we see a bunch of dead fish and sharks, and someone rises from the water saying that land dwellers have killed their king, and that's an act of war.
I believe that was Ocean Master.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was it.
But that was Justice League War. Overall, I enjoyed this. As
did I. It's fantastic. But the animated stuff is pretty much always fantastic when it comes to DC. Like they don't really miss. It's
yeah.
Now live action shit they miss often, but
it's
their animated stuff.
Yeah. They have some okay winners, but they have some like I wish you didn't do this.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a fantastic movie. Yeah.
So as usual, well, that'll be this episode of Multiverse. You can usually talk to us on our Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/Super Flash Year of Tomorrow. Memes and shit, news and updates. I'm sure by the time you guys hear this or watch this, you'll know that Batwoman and Legend of Tomorrow have been canceled, so we'll never know what happens.
I mean, do you really
absolutely? I like resolution. I like resolution, no matter how much I dislike it.
They might do something in the future where they like do one last thing with all of them in it, because you know, Batwoman's in Barry's future, so you know, so we'll see. They might do something where they're just like, hey, let's wrap all this up in one final movie on HBO Max or some shit, you know.
You know, so it's only, and we all know that The Flash has probably one season left.
Yeah. And Naomi's most likely not getting renewed.
Yep, it's only a matter of time till Supergirl probably gets the axe.
Supergirl, that's been gone.
I mean Stargirl.
Oh, hard to say. They already ended Supergirl.
They resolved that one.
Yeah. And they'll resolve the Flash. Stargirl will probably get one more season, maybe one more after this one that's coming. But yeah, it'll pretty much
Superman and Lois.
They'll keep going because it's doing well. So they got the viewers. So I don't think anything will happen with that.
They're gonna keep that on HBO Max if they can cuss a little.
Oh, I can imagine that the whole Bizarro World thing that just happened, if that was on HBO Max, would be a very different episode. But yeah.
You can catch us on Instagram and Twitter at The Creation World. We also have a Facebook page, facebook.com/The Creation World.
Just Creation World, no the on the Facebook page.
You're right. It has nothing to do with this, but if you guys like wrestling, we have a wrestling podcast that goes on just about every week with Vince and Matt. And that Facebook group is facebook.com/group/smacking it raw. Where can they find you, Travis?
Facebook and Twitter. No, Instagram and Twitter. Why do I keep saying Facebook? That happened before, have a lot too.
Of Facebook groups.
Yeah, Instagram and Twitter at Lord_Cussalott, LORD_CUSSALOTT.
I can be found on Instagram and Twitter. I think my Twitter is open now. At Mara the Shark, MARADASHARK. But that'll be it for this month's episode of Multiverse. I hope to see you guys next month.
We're gonna just keep going with this, so we'll do Throne of Atlantis next. So just so y'all know.
Oh yeah, no matter what the CW's fate is, I actually like doing these, so we'll keep doing this.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll venture into some other shit. Like, who knows?
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, the next one we're doing, Justice League, Throne of Atlantis. That'll be the next one.
Let us know in the comments. Did you watch the movie too? Well, let us know if you watched this movie too and what you thought about it. And if you also think it's part of the, if it's in the same continuity as Flashpoint, or what you think on that in general and all the other shit. And hopefully you guys will watch Justice League Throne of Atlantis and stay tuned for our next episode. But yeah, till next time. Bye. I'm gonna go braid my hair now.
You go braid your hair now. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Till next time.
Bye.
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 Bye.